So the New York Yankees have started off the 2025 season with an absolute bang. They lost some key players over the offseason, but also brought in a bunch. So even if you hate the Yankees, it was going to be interesting to see how this team initially performed with the new guys. And I think it's safe to say, so far so good. And for Aaron Judge, this is how you dream of starting a season. He had 3 home runs, including a grand slam today. And this was a game that is great to have to get some confidence going for the new guys. So let's talk about what just went down and what the takeaways were. But before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 50,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe that we can get there super fast. Alright, so Max Fried took the mound in this game for the Yankees, and things looked like they would go smoothly from what we saw in the first inning, where he mowed down Jackson Chourio and got through Yelich, Contreras, and Hoskins. And then in the bottom of the first, the Yankees got to work and made a statement. Paul Goldschmidt hit a 431-foot home run, Cody Bellinger smashed one to right center and got his first taste of the short porch, and then Aaron Judge smashed a 467-foot home run to deep left center to make it back-to-back-to-back home runs for the Yanks. But the Yankees were not done there in that first inning. Austin Wells used the short porch for a home run, and all of a sudden the Yankees were up 4-0 just like that. But the Brewers actually did go out and respond to the punch. Sal Frelick singled to shallow right center, Garrett Mitchell was hit by a pitch, Vinny Capra singled to center to drive in the first run, and then Bryce Terang hit into a fielder's choice, and Chourio singled to right center, and then after Yelich reached on a throwing error and Terang scored, all of a sudden, the Yankees lead was down to 1, and the momentum had completely turned. But then the Yankees' offensive explosion continued. Paul Goldschmidt started out the inning with a walk, Jazz Chisholm singled, and then Anthony Volpe hit what felt like the knockout punch, a 360-foot home run to left, and I'm sorry, that should just not be a thing. I think everyone knows it, please don't get mad at me for saying this, but 360-foot balls should not be home runs. But it was, and it was 7-3 New York. Max Fried went out in the top of the third and threw up a 0, which was much needed after the Yankees expanded the lead back to 4, and then the Yankees offense in the bottom of the third really threw the official knockout punch and silenced if there was any doubts left. Jason Dominguez started off the inning with a walk, Trent Grisham singled, Goldschmidt was hit by a pitch, then Bellinger singled to shallow center to score a run, and with the bases juiced and Judge up to the plate, the Brewers had to pitch to them, and he made them pay, hitting a 415-foot grand slam, and you couldn't ask for a better start to the season if you're Aaron Judge. And then immediately after, Jazz Chisholm joined the action, hitting a titanic bomb to put the Yankees up by 10. I think the official number was 457 feet, and after this, garbage time begun. The Brewers did get a run back when Rhys Hoskins singled to center to score Jackson Chourio, but Max Fried was able to limit the damage by getting Joey Ortiz to pop out. But then Bellinger drove in Trent Grisham and Aaron Judge doubled to deep right to continue on with his 4-hit, 8 RBI day. And Oswald hit the Yankees' 9th home run of the game to get them 20 runs, something that even with all this offense, you don't see every day in the MLB. Looking at the final stats from the game for the Yanks, Max Fried finished the game with 2 earned runs in 4 1/3 of an inning. Gomez and Hedrick both threw up 0s, and then Carrasco gave up 3 earned runs, but again, he is just your garbage time type of guy. Paul Goldschmidt was 2 for 3 with an RBI, a walk, and he went yard, and that had to feel good for him. Cody Bellinger was 3 for 5 with 4 RBIs and a home run, and then Aaron Judge was 4 for 6 with 3 home runs, a grand slam, 8 RBIs, about as good of a day as you are gonna see out of one individual guy. And then Jazz was 2 for 5, Volpe was 1 for 4 with 3 RBIs, Wells had a home run, pretty much the whole team did, and then Pereza, Dominguez, and Grisham all had a hit. The Yankees moved to 2-0, and even though it's early and these games don't seem like they matter, when the end of the season comes, every team looks back to the beginning of things and are like, if only we didn't give away those couple of games. Game 1 matters the same as game 162, because there will be slumps, there will be bad stretches, no matter how good your team is. When you can stack wins, you have to get as many as you can and ride the wave. I think we all knew the Yankees were going to have a lot of hitting this year. They were going to have a loaded offense. They always build a roster full of power because of the short porch. So the pitching was what was going to get them over the top. And so far so good, even though we are just 2 games in. Carlos Rodon looked solid, Max Fried was okay, Devin Williams in the opener gave everyone a scare, but he ended up doing okay, and then the rest of the rotation will come and go. Marcus Stroman could be decent, it's all just about health, and we all know how the Yankees roll. If they at any point see their rotation as a weakness, they will make a trade to fix that hole, and the bullpen could be much improved. I know the Yankees are super injured right now. I just look at what they have. Luis Gil is on the 60-day IL, Stanton is hurt, DJ LeMahieu, Ian Hamilton, Garrett Cole of course received really really bad news, that one sucked to hear. The injury reserve almost looks as talented as the opening day lineup. It's crazy. And then even though a lot of guys are on the back ends of their career, there are some big names on this roster: Judge, Bellinger, Goldschmidt, Jazz Chisholm, and even though they will not be as consistent as they were in their primes, well, not Judge, he is at the peak of his prime, but for everyone else, they will show flashes offensively, they will go on 2-week-long spurts where they are hitting everything in sight, and the Yankees just have so many of them that the cold streaks will get offset, and the short porch definitely really helps things. And also, I want to talk about the new bats the Yankees were using, because I thought it was super interesting. The bats were in regulation, they were completely legal, there was no cheating. The advanced stat guys really figured something out with the barrel and the dimensions. I mean, clearly they did, because the offense has been insane. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think about that whole thing. Here's what some of the guys had to say in their postgame interviews following these 2 last wins.
It all started with Goldie, there in the first at bat, first inning, getting things going. Just all around having a great plan going into the game and going out there and executing it.
Can you describe that first inning when it's Goldie, Bellinger, you going back to back to back, Wells getting in on the action later?
Well, that was a fun inning. Like I said, guys going up there with conviction. They had a plan, and we went out there and executed, but we were really feeding off the fans today. They were rocking there in the first.
How much energy do these fans bring you? I saw you go out there and salute them. Obviously, the curtain call today. How much extra does that bring out of you?
Oh, we love it. This is, even last year, these fans came out in numbers, always cheering us on to the end, and we're going to do it again this year and have something special for them. 3
home runs for you. What clicked for you at the plate?
Just trying to be on time. That's the biggest thing. You're on time, ready to hit, and especially we got all the traffic on the bases. Guys in front of me are getting on base. It makes my job easy.
There are guys that are swinging the bat as well as they were today. Just how badly do you want to get back in the batter's box each time?
Yeah, I think it's just kind of keeping that focus and not saying, oh, well, we've got this game in hand, or trying to do something different. If we can just take our normal at-bats, I think at least for me, that was the mindset. Don't try to do anything different. Don't try to do more. Don't try to do less. I was in a pretty good spot today. Most of the guys were having really good at-bats even when we got out, and I think just stay right there. The kind of trap is to try to think we got to do something different, and we did a good job of just really staying there the whole game.
Did you think Judge had 4 in him? He was close there in the 6th, and then obviously the position player, Jake Bauers, on the mound for the final at-bat.
I thought he got it there in the one that hit off the wall, the double, so whatever inning that was, and knew he had a shot there last inning. It's tough opposition player. He gave it a good shot. That would have been cool to see.
That's really all I got for this video. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point, and if you enjoyed and haven't yet, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe, because your support truly does mean the world. And let me know what you'd like to see next. Until then, I will see you all later.